I've heard people say that belt ranks are meaningless and should be abolished. I disagree. Belt ranks serve a purpose. In the lower ranks, when you go into a dojo, you can look at a person's rank and you know certain things. The lower the belt, the less time they've spent studying the art. The people wearing any particular color belts have similar amount of experience, and they have learned a similar group of grade requirements. Those belt ranks actually help the sensei. If he's got a large class, he can assign an activity, a group of grade requirements or whatever, and then assign one of his more senior students to kind of supervise those lower belts so that they can progress. It also allows that senior belt to get a little bit of experience as a teacher, another learning experience. In many dojos, if a student has a question, he will ask another student of his rank that question. If they both can't come up with a satisfactory answer, they're instructed to go to a more senior student. And if that person doesn't have an answer, they can move up the rank until, if nobody can answer the question, they finally go to sensei and then present him with the question. Black belts. In general, a black belt indicates a person who has studied diligently and practiced and has achieved a level of understanding and skill that warrants the achievement of the rank black belt. The dojo needs a hierarchy. Somebody has to be in charge. If the most senior student or the sensei happens to be absent from the dojo on a particular workout, the next person up will go ahead and take charge of the class. Also, the senior black belt, the sensei, can assign perhaps a junior belt to take over the class for a little bit. Whether it's to teach something to the lower belts, something that has been picked up by this senior student, or if the sensei wants to give that senior student a little bit more experience as a teacher. Outside the dojo, maybe the lower belt ranks really don't mean that much. I mean, a yellow belt in one style might not have the same skills as a yellow belt in another style, or green belt, or whatever belt. However, their experience level and length of time training is going to be very similar. This is very helpful in tournament situations. It provides a way for tournament organizers to organize classes so that they have fair competition for all the competitors. It's not fair to have a novice with 4 months of experience going up against somebody with 4 years of experience. Black belts are generally regarded as having a certain level of competency, experience, and skill. They compete against each other in tournaments without regard to rank. I've been told that, in general, the third dan indicates someone who is at their physical peak. Ranks above third dan are often based on the karateka's contribution to the art, giving back via teaching and other ways of promoting and sharing the art. Now, bear in mind, there are some styles of karate that only go to 5 degrees of black belt. Others go to 10. That doesn't tell you a lot about their skill level, okay? A couple of examples. Shotokan karate. When Funakoshi formed Shotokan, the highest level they went to was 5th degree black belt. That's because that's the level that Funakoshi was, 5th degree. When Funakoshi passed on, the hierarchy of JKA decided they would rather go to 10 levels of black belt to be more comparable to a lot of the other martial arts around. So JKA now goes to 10 levels of black. Master Oshima disagreed. He said, no, Master Funakoshi was 5th dan, we don't go above 5th dan. He was outvoted. He came to America and he formed Shotokan of America, and at last report, their highest rank was 5th dan. Another example is Isshin Shorinji-ryu, my style. Our founder, Soki Robert Murphy, was a 5th dan. So for a long time, the highest level in Isshin Shirinji-Ryu was 5th Dan. After Soki Murphy's passing, several of the different schools that were teaching Isshin Shirinji-Ryu decided that they would move on to 10 degrees of black belt, which is fine. Now, there are some schools who still only stay at 5 degrees of black belt. So the question is, if you're in a style that only goes up to 5 degrees of black belt, and you're a 4th Dan, and there's other style has 10 degrees of black belt, and it's a 4th Dan, are they equal? Good question. It's food for thought. Bottom line, if you are studying a martial art and you like it, then you have to abide by the belt rules of that particular school. If they use belt ranks, embrace it. If they don't use belt ranks, that's okay. If belt ranks are important to you and you're trying to decide which style to study, it may be a determining factor in which school you choose. Regardless of all this, becoming a Shodan is something you should be proud of, and it should be celebrated. When others see you, they will make their own judgment as to your actual abilities. Belt rank is not as important as skill level and understanding. No controversy. Belt or no belt, it's a personal decision. We don't have to agree. No system is perfect, and that's just the way of the world.